Hey everybody, it's BDC. Thanks for checking this out. Today I am, or rather tonight, I am going to take apart a heavy cargo mackerel boat that's a hard difficulty. And I think, as best as I know at least, this is the hardest difficulty mackerel that exists in the game currently. So let's find out what happens. Wish me luck. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So we need to take apart, or salvage rather, the reactor, thruster, some electrical stuff, some mechanical stuff. Both nacelles on the side, that's fine. A bunch of nanocarbon, a bunch of metal, some fuel, some coolant, and 3 computer terminals. Okay. I haven't played this in a hot minute, so I'm a little bit rusty. But let's do it anyway.
Hey Cutter, you want to see something special? Take a look at that railgate.
That's new. That's cool.
Wow. What a beauty. You know, no matter how many times I see that railgate fire, it never ceases to amaze me. Could be you one day.
Fine with that.
Credits deposited.
Get in there. Come on, Nintendo, let's go. So, I don't think this is the first hard difficulty one that I've done, mackerel-wise.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I didn't know any better. I'd say that they changed the graphic up on the barge a little bit. It looks a little different. I don't know if there was an update that I'm not aware of here. So, let's get this other guy off over here. Have to be careful with the saw. So this is going to be, hopefully, a complete teardown, or at least as close as I can get to it. Just to demonstrate how to do it. Since it's on hard difficulty, I expect to run into issues with the fuel tank in back. And the fuel lines and all that, getting access to it, that might be a thing. You can get to that, if you want to call it engineering section, and it's all size of a bathroom basically, but you can get back into that room, that area, but getting access to the fuel shutoff valve is a bit of a trick. So if it's that same thing, I know how to do it. You just have to chop some aluminum bars off that support one of the plates, and then sneak in and then tag a couple of things in there, and you can get to it. So, all right, here goes.
Airlock pressure levels dropping. Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Hey. Take that. Interesting, that was not a work order item. Okay, like we have a forklift. Fuel tank. There is, that's a multi-tool, that's worth money. And do I have a key for this? Because this is the way to do it. Okay, I'll go back and grab one. Okay, no, this will be a little bit easier to deal with then. Alright, well, you'll shut off. I need to go get a utility key instead of using that emergency shut-off valve at the front of the thruster there. I'm not going to do that because I've had ships explode from that, so that ain't going to happen. Let's see. Stuff shut off.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Nope. Switch it back on.
Air pressure level increasing.
Okay. Go the opposite direction here.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay. It's going to be a little messy.
Air pressure level
Blowing
decreasing.
from the cockpit into this fuselage section here, cargo section. So we'll do it that way. Yeah. Okay, so the boat is depressurized now. I'm gonna go grab that utility crew real quick.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Last time I played this, I had a bug.
Thank you for your purchase. Thank you
There we
for
go.
your purchase. Have a nice day.
That's interesting. Last time I played this, I had a bug to where we couldn't access anything back over there, and I couldn't quit the mission. I already spent 2 hours disassembling a ship, and I was done. So I lost out on all that time. It was a little frustrating, to say the least. You know what? Let's go for cargo hatch. There's a pair of clamps on this side. Hold her on. These mackerels are pretty easy to take apart, even at hard difficulty. But at least with this one, I can get a good full-blown demonstration of it. It's really not hard, but I want to try and recover as much as I can. I tend to be really uber thorough about every little bit.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Yeah, they've
Credits
updated
transferred.
stuff there. Let's not lift up yet. Okay, I could conceivably take the entire cockpit section off from the center here, but I'm not going to. Not yet. Okay, so that's main shut-off for thrusters. Shut-off valve for the starboard side fuel line here. Both of those guys should be shut. And now, go back outside. And we're going to yank the thruster out the back. And we'll go back in and take those nacelles out. So, you have a pair of small clamps that hold the cap here. Piece of cake. Make sure you shut the fuel off first. Now, in the Javelin, which is different than this boat, it does not have the didn't have the computer where you can insert the key in there and shut it off. So you have to use that emergency shut-off valve. I have not seen a single Javelin that's like that, unless it's something that's going to be or is part of some new update or something like that that I may have missed. Yeah, this barge is bigger. It's like it's a little bit fatter and it's a little bit taller, and everything is clamping in inside of it better. I hope they made it to where they gave it a little bit more rooms. That was one of my complaints about this. Is if you get really persnickety about taking stuff apart like I am, then you run into issues with trying to find room where to put everything. It should terminate right there. Yeah, I think it's a phone line back there. So let's detach the aft section, this chunk of the boat where the thruster is, and shove it out of the way. On, move. Yep, good. Still good. Now it says that you can get the switch, and it goes to the barge, but you can't disconnect it. There's no way to do it, as I just demonstrated. So send this whole chunk into processor. Come on, move. So in this case, with larger pieces like this, feathers are your friend. Get in there. Use 2 for this. It's gonna scrape against that wooden nacelle. You have to make sure that it doesn't get sucked into the furnace that's over there, because it can. And even with a charge push topped out, it's not big enough. Get it in there. So feathers are your friend. There you go. Going just fine. Okay.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Nacelles are connected. Up here. I'll grab those in a minute. Actually, I'm going to take the terminal out. With everything that's electrical, be careful. Get him down there. I think I'm going to try getting
Credits deposited.
fuel tank. Up. Out. Nice and gentle, because these things do explode. Tell you how I know. There, get down there. Okay, that's port side. Here's starboard side.
Credit applied.
Come on. Come on. Oh, this is such a good game. Cannot wait to see what it's like when it's fully fleshed out.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Okay.
Credits transferred.
So, fuel tanks are out. You know what, let me go ahead and tag. Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab the coolant out of here. There's probably going to be coolant at the front of the boat. Yeah, front port side and front starboard side. Depending upon whether or not this work order gets fulfilled by tossing that down. Nope. Yeah, there's still another tank.
Secured. Credits deposited.
I'm a weirdo about strip lights. Okay. One more fuel tank. Come on up and out. Nice and easy. Boom. Boom. Fuel's done.
Salvage
That was
deposit
easy.
accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay, now I feel a little bit more comfortable about doing all this jazz over here. The 2 cut points for these nacelles, and this hard difficulty when we have this pipe to deal with, so can do it right here. You have to make sure fuel's disabled on it, shut off, because that will light on fire and kaboom the whole ship, and you with it, and that's no bueno. That's what we call a bad thing. There you go, get down there. Whoops. There's what I'm doing there. There we go. Alright. Okay, other side.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay. The harder the difficulty, the more stringent the work orders are. So for things like metal and nanocarbon requirements, it will be higher on higher difficulty. Go, Mr. Nacelle, you go down there. Roll. Probably not going to be anything, but this is a complete teardown. There we go. There's our nacelles. Now we have easy ways into the boats. Okay, I'll deal with the forklift in a minute. We can start slicing up cut points and start taking the panels off.
Your oxygen reserves are low. Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
Of course. Everything causes damage to Link's equipment. So that's all that matters. Not going to care about those caution lights right there. Let's refill real quick. Whoa, look at that, like a boss.
Welcome to Vintage 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Just for fun. Feathers are your friend. We should have a bottom one.
Processing valuable objects.
It's out. Let's get that work order
Credits
back up.
awarded.
There you are. You're out. Are you attached to? Nope. You're attached to nothing. Okay. Oops. Sorry, I did not see that beam there. Actually, no.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Into the furnace you go. Where's that multi-tool at? Floating around here somewhere. The key. There you are. Okay, we have fuel sitting over here, so I need to mine that. Just that one side. Okay. A lot of paneling. I'm gonna throw this forklift down to the barge. Come on down. Spin me round, round, baby. Round, round. Get in there.
Valuable object processed.
Already fulfill the nanocarbon? Or something else? Easy. Okay. Forklift, these things are heavy. Get down there.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
There you go. Come here. I don't mean to spin you that much. Get in there. Okay. I'm gonna grab this fuel tank real quick. So, gently, easily. Careful using the grapple. And just tap the right mouse button, barely. Hold it in that much. So, let's see. We have some cut guards. Just one? Okay. Gonna have to chop. We'll line up on this to get better plates. Well, actually, no. They made the cutting look a little bit different. Yeah, let's see if this thing will behave. Still considered attached. Yes, it is. Alright, fine. Let's burn it. It should separate off of this. Okay, clearly I'm not disassembling this as properly as I thought I was, so... Good game. A lot of fun. And this is the easy ship. Even though it's on hard difficulty and there's a little bit more complex, there's more to it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Maybe that cut guard then, I suspect. Some of these can take over 2 hours, you know, 2.5 hours to take apart. So, quite a bit of fun. Very, very chill game. I did a review video on it like a week ago or something. And I really, really like it.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Down to the barge.
Salvage
For anybody that's unfamiliar with this, when you salvage stuff, the components go to one of 3 places. The barge down below, which is green. You can read the text down there. The bottom center says barge, the item that I have grabbed. Processor, which is for non-metallic items, like this hull plating. It's carbon-based. And then the furnace, which is metal-based stuff. So, yes, sir. A lot of this game is not only learning how to get stuff apart, but learning exactly where to, you know, what thing to send it to. Just chop it right there. Okay. There we go. Alright. I'll eyeball that fuel line and see if that's what's keeping it from going over. Okay, so let's see if that thing is strong enough to go in there. Okay, let's look at the nanocarbon work order parts. It calculates it based on its mass and all of that. Okay, so that cut guard right there. These other cut points here, you can zap them with the stinger from the laser cutter. Cut guard
Warning.
has a guard around it where it reflects laser, so you can't cut it. And how do you get it apart, BDC? Well, I'll tell you. You have to use this newfangled fancy tool. Show you shortly.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
Not gonna move it just yet, though. will get it apart. Let me finish doing some of this stuff right here. Just for giggles. Yep, it's not. Okay, so yeah, that fuel line has to be sawed. I'll saw it at the seam there. Boom kaboom. She's apart. I shouldn't say kaboom because stuff does explode in this game. I was taking apart a ship and I did the thruster cap in the back. I was thinking I was going to get the thruster out all nice and easy, and I made a boo-boo and I forgot to vent the gases in it so it's still pressurized. And I went to cut the cap off, the round part on the back. I was right behind it and it came flying out and it slammed me and shoved me into that right there and turned me into a pancake. So I wish I was recording. That would have been a fantastic fantastic thing to watch. But yeah, that was my first death in the game. I've been frozen, I've been blown up, crushed. Let's see, I'll get this trip light on here shortly. What's our work order looking like? You were 26 minutes in. Piece of cake. Okay, you are... That's right, you're the hatch portion, so... You are furnace. Go in there and melt down.
Deposit accepted.
Okay, so in the middle, we are done with metal. We have carbon to do. That's what it finished earlier. These cool. Some of these ships are really cool. The larger ones, especially the Javelin. You get one of those and it has 2 sections to it. And walking around in there and you see all these posters and all this stuff, and it's just all kind of creepy. You find the pilot's helmet, you listen to the audio log and all that. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm going to get that airlock out as well. I'm going to keep that door control in there because we don't need to pull it out. Storage box. Come on. I wonder if it'll let me... Yeah, I'll probably have to separate all 3 of them and shove them down there. Get down there.
Salvage secured. Credits
storage is not in the work order, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is a demonstration. Okay, so... I haven't gotten to it yet, but a word on electrical junctions. Take all the power items out of the ship first before you decide that you're going to peel that off the wall, as it sets things on fire, and it's bad news. And it'll electrify you and your suit. It's just not good. Okay, I'm going a little bit overboard with the lights and stuff. These are no money items, but I'm just doing them anyway for the hell of it. Okay, saw the fuel lines at these junction points. We'll start taking more of the old plating off the side. The saw is the nastiest tool in here. You have to be really careful using this, because it can go through things, and you can do some bad damage with it in a real hurry. So it's a limited use tool, or add-on to the laser cutter. But anyway, get in there. Okay, these things should be floating apart now.
Salvage deposit accepted.
There we go.
Credits
Good.
Transferred.
Processor, you go. Get in there. I'm taking more of this apart before I go and deal with that cut guard on that other piece, because it requires demolition charges. And if I pop it, it's gonna, pop a bunch of crap everywhere, and I'm just not ready for that yet. So I'm gonna try and get as much of this apart as possible before I do that. He should be separated. He is. So you can grab onto stuff. You can walk like I did, where you dum 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 the top of a ship or bottom or whatever. But I usually use the suit and the thrusters, and just sit up against something and use my back to push it, or side or whatever. But it is possible to grab things in this. Get in there. Anything else I can get out of here before I make this damn mess? Actually, yes. Good. Saw him off. And we'll saw that right there. That's processor. Connecting beam. These are caution lights. Get down there. Good. What I fulfill the nanocarbon work order? Good. As well. That. How do we connect here? This beam. I detached him. Nope, I didn't. Okay, melt him down. This thing should now be separated. Maybe? Still connected by something that's drawing funny up top there. Oh, okay, I got this. There you go. Okay, that's all, or almost all of his furnace item. Okay. Except for some of that is carbon, but I just don't give a flip. There you go. Let's just send you in the furnace and this thing will complain. Tell me to revisit my training, blah blah blah, I don't know what I'm doing, whatever. Okay.
Material deposited.
Alright, so this portion split, save that down there. Okay, so demolition charge. It all depends on where you want to place this and how you do it. And this, I'm going to do it right here. It's going to make a bit of a mess. Yeah, alright. Let's just do it, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to kick the ship around a little bit. There we go. Grab it. Get in there.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
It's usually messy. So that's why I took a lot of this other stuff apart. Because otherwise it would have made a big mess everywhere.
Warning. Your oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
Okay, so we're going to go for the airlock, the junction box. There is still more coolant up front in the boat. Computer terminals at the front of the cockpit. The seat.
Welcome to Vintage 19000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Valuable object processed.
That's definitely an improvement they did back there in the little kiosk thing. You not going in there? Get in there. Cut that back beam off. Send him to beam heaven. Oh, is it that carbon? It's right there. see. Majority of him is metal furnace, so... Okay.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Door control for the cockpit. We're going down too. Get down there. Airlock. So what we're going to do here is it's held in by 4 beams at corners, and then one on the bottom, one on the top. And then we're going to collapse or pull the interior wall inward to separate it out. Be careful with the laser up there, because that could be bad news. You might hit something. Okay, let's see. Let's cut a guard out. We'll take this guy out. Let's see if she'll move. Nope. That's probably not going to make any difference, though, what I just did. This beam down here, however, will. Here, let me get these stupid lights over to light heaven. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, whatever. You get in there. That was actually a good thing. Ha! There, get down there.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Trying to just blow those lights out, but whatever. Got the job done, so who cares? Okay. What I was gonna do was take this this interior wall with a hole in it, and I was gonna pull it in and then separate the airlock that way, but this works just fine. Okay, that's a power cell. That means the reactor's on the opposite side of this boat. I still haven't gotten it out yet. So this ship is still powered.
Salvage secured. Account credit
Okay, I
applied.
want to take this front port side of carbon off of the cockpit area. Come on out. Take him over to the processor. That'll give me easy access to that coolant tank, because that is still a work order item. Good. Okay, nice and easy.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Coolant's done. Save the strip light. Okay. Other side
Secured.
is our
Credits
reactor.
deposited.
I think my orientation's all jacked up. Okay, here we go. Let me get this section of the fuselage separated here. Okay, you should peel off. Yes, you're peeling off. Okay. Okay, and then much of this... It's furnace. I'll deal with that in a minute. There's our reactor.
Processing valuable object.
Very careful with your lasers in here. We got almost 40 minutes in. Not bad. Come on. Get this thing a little bit of a clip away from the reactor in case it bumps it. That's better. Good. Okay, so reactor. Normally, this will be in the back of one of these mackerels. The back of the boat up top. You just take the bottom panel out down here, then pull the reactor straight down. But it's opposite here, so what we got to do is do this. Be a little careful with it. Get down there. There we go. So.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay. Junction Box now has no power in it. Cross your fingers. It still always does that. You have to be careful of these things. Oh, because that happens.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
And so you have to make sure there's nothing flammable around it, because it'll set stuff on fire. Like, it might actually damage these storage bins. So I will get these out. Most of the time I'll wait till the as much to the very end as possible before getting those out. Those things are just, they're trouble, they're nasty. But they're part of electrical, so unless the work order specifically calls the junction box to be torn out, which sometimes it does.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay, right. I have to get the rest of this crap off over here, so... we should be separated. Why are we still connected on that? Ooh, no we're not. Okay, good. Okay. Go into the furnace in the metal heaven. Alright. Get in there.
Deposit accepted.
Control. Storage bins. Half tempted to pull some of this out from the front, but remember right, it's not possible to separate framing for this cockpit entrance doorway from the rest of that, so unless I go crazy with the saw, then I might be able to do it. Start chopping stuff up, but I'm not going to do that.
Salvage
Electrical is done with that atmospheric processing unit. These things have a tendency to get caught on stuff because they're long.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Come on, seat. Get through here. Come on. Yes, I know I'm pushing it on oxygen, but I'll make it. Alright, let's go. Be done with this in 5 minutes, maybe.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Affordable oxygen supplies are available for purchase at the Master Jack.
Once I get all that out, depending upon how much metal there is in the interior of it, I'll just send the whole damn thing, a big piece in the furnace. If I don't cut the glass out, but I don't think it's worth doing. Okay, computer terminals. These things you have to be careful with. See the storage bin over there. These things break easy.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Quit being that way. Come on. Boom.
Salvage
All done.
Accepted. Credits transferred.
I'm not all done yet. I still got a little bit to
Work
do.
order has been completed.
Yeah. I want to say they widened the barge up a little bit.
Secured. Account credit applied.
Okay, so... Yep. This is a little goofy terminal right here. On electrical items, especially small stuff like that, I prefer to use the suit rather than the grappler to yank it in. So the suit, you can be a little more controlled about it. So even though this is metal right there, and there's some stupid lights and all that, I don't really care. this is going to get beamed into the processor. I'm going to use several tethers on it to yank it in since it's a heavier mass. There you go. Get in there. And push ain't going to do it. So, just want to make sure that it goes into the processor. Feathers are your friend. Look at that. Right at 5 minutes. Or 5 minutes. 45 minutes.
Valuable
There you go.
object processed.
Yeah. Yell about the glass. I don't care. It's not worth anything. So there you go. That's tearing apart a mackerel. Very hard. That was a cargo one. Some of the other ones are a little bit different. Anywho, comments and questions, leave them down below. Hope you enjoyed it.